Before I achieved my first million, I was so magastos, like hoarding makeup and skincare for self care and like daily food delivery. So, if you've been struggling with overspending or saving consistently, no one else will understand you better than I do. So, here are the budgeting hacks that did not work for me so you can stop wasting your time in 2026. Starting off, if you have big savings goals next year and you plan to be more strict with your budgets to save more, please don't. I have also tried to be more strict with my spending, more strict with my budgets, but what only happened was feeling deprived, and then eventually I would just relapse with spending even more. What I noticed is like the more you restrict yourself, the more you rebel because you're like, I'm too constrained, I'm too deprived, and then eventually you just go crazy and be like, eto gagastos na ako kasi deserve ko naman eh. Bakit ko ba pinapahirapan yung sarili ko? Okay? So in the new year, instead of focusing on cutting back, I want you to look at what do I need to prioritize that I truly want out of life. Because when you're so focused on cutting back, restricting yourself, it's very depriving versus what do I really want to focus my time, energy, resources to that I truly want out of life. That's why as a money mindset coach, when I guide my clients, we start first with this, figuring out what they truly want out of life. And then from there, they naturally make decisions for their finances that would lead them to funding the life milestones that they truly want. That way, it becomes more empowering and exciting to save instead of restricting. And when it's exciting, it's something you stick to. Because the truth is this, you don't need to sacrifice if you know how to prioritize. So instead of merely cutting back on your expenses, reducing your expenses so you could put that into savings, I want you to reframe it into something like asking yourself, what are the major life milestones that I do want to fund in the next 6 to 12 months within 2026? That way, instead of just blindly saving an amount, 200K, 300K, 500K, 1 million, you get to be intentional about what would be possible for me when I have that amount. What would that amount allow me to do? What big dreams would be more achievable for me? That way, managing your finances becomes a stepping stone instead of a restriction. Because here's the real problem, okay? Is that maybe you've been hustling on autopilot for years that you've forgotten about how to dream, or you feel lost about what it is you truly want out of life because you've just been chasing the hamster wheel, being in the same hamster wheel. That's the problem because it's so easy to give in to the short term rewards when you don't have a clear vision for your future. It's so easy to delay saving when you've gotten used to prioritizing everyone else's needs above your own. That's why inside my program, I start first by guiding my clients with the Sweet Life Map. This tool provides them with powerful self reflection prompts and powerful mindset exercises, step by step exercises that allows them to uncover what do they truly want out of life with concrete goals and milestones in the next 6 to 12 months that would create a ripple effect to funding their dream life. And from there, I noticed that it becomes so much easier to know what your priorities are, what's worth spending on, and saving up for without sacrificing what you really love. That's why I love it when clients tell me, like, I thought upon joining a financial coaching program that you'd tell me where to cut back, where to reduce, where to restrict myself. But it turns out to be the opposite. Like, I taught them how to focus more on what they truly want, what they truly love, and how their finances can help them get there. How can their finances become the tool, the bridge, the stepping stone to funding the huge life milestones that they truly want out of life? So if you're also done with restricting budgets, depriving yourself, then I invite you to watch my free training all about from splurges to savings, how to build sustainable money habits and systems in 2026. Just check the link down below where you can sign up so that I could send you the 5-part video training series to your inbox. In that training, you're also going to learn from real life case studies from my clients who were able to clear their debts, build their emergency fund, achieve their first million without depriving themselves in the process. They were able to balance enjoying the fruits of their labor while also feeling financially secure about their future. So make sure you sign up through the link below, and I'll see you in that free training. Second budgeting mistake that you'll throw out the window in 2026 is time-consuming financial trackers. I'm going to debunk the myth that you need to spend so much time, hours with your finances in order to do it properly, because when I was so magastos, it only like put me in the cycle of like, wag na lang, give up na lang ako. When it was too time consuming, it was too mentally exhausting, I ended up not sticking to it. So if you're also on the same boat na parang napaka time consuming nitong finances ko, nakakatamad, it feels like a chore, it's because you're forcing yourself to do these complicated ways to track it. May it be like daily expense tracking, recording and keeping receipts, micromanaging every expense in budgeting apps, or like following these complicated financial trackers with all kinds of graphs and formulas, or also like encashing money in different envelopes for all kinds of bills. I get it because I've tried all of those and I know how much time they take in your day, on your weekends. And if it takes so much time, you eventually lose track because life happens, right? May it be you traveled, or may it be you moved jobs, or may it be like someone got sick, or like maybe you starting a family. Like all of these things could happen on weekends or just life. Life happens. And so when life happens, is your financial system going to work to your favor or against it? And that's what I realized when it comes to like these time consuming financial trackers, when they consume so much of your time. And so for me, what allowed me to reach my first million without these financial trackers was simplifying everything, simplifying my finances, removing all of the fluff, like all of the complicated formulas on spreadsheets, tracking my fries in my milk tea every day that I buy, all of the small things, none of that. Also, like putting different kinds of bills on envelopes. I remember when I moved out on my own, I still have this vivid memory of like buying this envelope with all kinds of like folders inside in order for me to like separate my bills. Like, okay, this is rent, electricity, water, groceries. Like, maybe I did that for like 2 months and then I'm just like, what is this? Like, this is just not sustainable. It's just not sustainable for how life is now, especially with all of how everything's going digital, going cashless. You need to create a system that is simple enough that will be with you throughout your different life stages. After all those years of trial and error and simplifying my finances, it led me to develop my 15-minute sustainable financial system that only takes me 15 minutes twice a month to do. It allows me not to waste my weekends anymore thinking about, have I tracked every expense? Did I record that receipt already? Instead, I actually focus on enjoying my solo dates, my yoga classes, and like treating loved ones without the guilt. I don't doubt anymore, okay, is this purchase a want or a need? If it's a want, buy. If it's a need, okay, fine. Like, I don't think of that anymore. Instead, I know I have a healthy reward system that allows me to enjoy without the guilt, allows me to reward myself when I want to, and at the same time, it's not gonna compromise my savings goals. And this financial system has been through the ringer, from being in corporate to quitting corporate to starting my business to becoming a full-time business owner to continuously scaling my business. It has been the same financial system. And this is what I mean, that your financial system needs to grow with you. It needs to adjust with you. It needs to work for you instead of burden you. That's why I am so proud that this 15-minute sustainable financial system has also helped over 100 Filipino professionals already inside my coaching program. My clients tell me it's like the perfect blend of structure and flexibility that allows them to tailor fit this system to their income, to their life stage, to their life goals as they go about life, whether they're a corporate employee, a business owner, or a freelancer. And it will always be mind blowing to me what my clients are able to achieve through this system by only taking 15 minutes twice a month to do. They have been able to clear their debts. They've been able to build their emergency fund, achieve their savings goals, invest in their first property, travel to their dream destinations without the guilt, and so much more. Like, I have my client Ella, who's been able to travel the world without worrying about her finances because she has the proper system to manage her income. And then another client who was able to clear her credit card debts that have been burdensome to her. Now she's been free of it. And it all started with simplifying their finances and following my 15-minute sustainable financial system. So if you also want to make the first 60 days of 2026 count by building a sustainable financial roadmap and system for funding your major life milestones, then I would love to coach you next inside my coaching program, Fund Your Freedom. This is where you'll apply my proven frameworks, the step-by-step roadmap, and receive personalized financial audits from me so that you can stop second guessing, am I doing my finances correctly? Am I saving sustainably? And instead, be empowered and confident that you're making the best money decisions for yourself in 2026. So guys, if you want to finally end that trial and error with your finances by following a proven roadmap that has worked for over 100 clients of mine already, then check out the link below on how you can join my coaching program. I have two coaching packages that you can choose from. May it be one-on-one coaching or group coaching. It depends on your needs, preferences, on what would allow you to best learn from me and what would allow you to hold yourself accountable. And finally, prioritizing your financial goals and funding your big dreams into reality. So again, check the link in my bio for all the details on how you can join my coaching program, and I hope to see you there. Third budgeting mistake you need to avoid in 2026 is the no buy challenge, the low buy challenge, because again, it focuses on what you need to reduce and what you focus on grows. When you're focusing on what you reduce, you feel like you're being restricted, you feel like you need to sacrifice, and when you think of saving that way, it's not sustainable. It's gonna help for a while, but then is it gonna be sustainable? Do you see yourself doing that for 1 more year, 2 more years, 5 more years? And because I've also tried that also, and as someone again who hoarded a lot of skincare and makeup that I still have to this day kasi hindi ko maubos. Okay, ganun ka-intense. I also tried that. Okay, and it only worked for a while. So going back to the belief that what you focus on grows, and so what I'd like you to focus on instead is that huge dream, that huge milestone that you'd like to fund so that you're gonna be excited to save up for that. So that way your excitement to it grows, and so when your excitement grows, you're going to stick to that savings target that you committed to. So may it be like, okay, I'll finally be able to quit my job when I have my emergency fund. I'll finally start that business that I want because I have an emergency fund. I'll finally move out on my own because I have the move out funds. I'll finally be able to travel to Europe because I have saved enough funds. And so when you think about it, when you're focused on that exciting dream, exciting milestone, natural na that in the process, you're gonna reduce some of the things. Maybe, okay, magbabawas na ako ng takeout, magbabawas na ako ng inom, magbabawas na ako ng beauty products that I don't end up using. Yes, it's gonna happen, but it's more of a byproduct instead of the goal. Instead of you focusing, I need to reduce this, it just becomes like part of the process. And that for me is what worked. When I focus on the exciting part, all of the reductions and the cutting back became part of the process naturally. And it didn't feel restricting or sacrificing my happiness because I was focused on my happiness. I was focused on what would give me true joy and freedom and fulfillment. Like when I was neck deep into like, oh my gosh, I really want to quit my corporate career. I want to start something that would truly fulfill me and excite me. That's what motivated me to stick to my savings. I said the sooner I achieve my savings, the sooner I'd be able to choose the career I want, the sooner I'd have the freedom to pursue the business I want. And so I naturally cut back on the skincare, the makeup, the food deliveries as part of the process. But I didn't even realize I did because I was just so focused on like the goal is this. I'd be able to pursue my dream business. I'd be able to carve out my desired career path for myself. And that's what I want you to focus on. That's what I help my clients focus on. What I help my clients with is creating that roadmap na, okay, if this is the dream I want 3 years from now, what are the milestones? What are the preparations that I need to achieve leading up to that? Because sometimes you're like, okay, I have this 3 year vision. I'm going to do this and that. But then when it's too far away, you don't know what are the stepping stones to get there. And so it just becomes this like vague dream that one day, someday I'm going to do. So instead of that, what I help my clients to do is really creating those concrete milestones that would create a ripple effect to funding their dream life. May it be like, okay, I'll finally move out with my husband, that wedding, starting a family, starting a business, scaling my business with less hours, whatever it may be. I help them get clarity on that because most of the time, when you're so vague with your priorities, when you're so scattered with, I want to do this, but not this, but that, or you want to achieve so many things, your finances will also look scattered. You're trying to spend on so many things, save on so many things with little to no progress. And so that's why, going back, I don't believe in the no buy, low buy challenge because it's a very quick fix solution. I want you to create a holistic solution that would allow you to build sustainable money habits wherein you're going to create an exciting, confident relationship when it comes to your money instead of something that you feel like you need to sacrifice in order to be better with your finances. If this resonated with you, I share weekly money tips to my email subscribers. So if you want to get weekly truth bombs and weekly reminders of like what to focus on, what not to focus on, what your priorities should be in 2026 so that you could finally achieve your financial goals, then make sure you sign up for my email series called One Income Multiplier. So the link is down below and I'm so excited to send you those truth bombs every single week so that you finally get to prioritize funding your big dreams this 2026. And if you want more inspiration on how I went from magastos to achieving my first million, you can watch this video for more tips and I will see you there.